Hello, you guys. How's everyone doing? I've been busy all day long. A sister has been busy, but it's okay. I see, hey, Miss Teresa, Mr. Parker, what's going on? What you laughing at, Mr. Parker? You done came in cutting up. Okay, I see Teresa, Mr. Parker, Little Mama. Hey, Tyranny, Too Pretty Miss Kitty, Tam 08. Who else? I'm gonna wait on some more people to start coming in. Hey, Miss Rita. You just said where is the live? Thank you for the super sticker, Mr. Leo. I appreciate that. Now, Mr. Leo appreciates me. I ain't even started the show, and he's sending a sticker. I appreciate that. Miss Keita, how are you guys doing? We have a few subjects to talk about. Just a few that I was looking at. I've been busy. I was like, but I know I'm going to be busy all day. Tomorrow? Yeah, because I picked up a couple more new clients today. So I know I'm going to be busy. Yeah, hey, the honeybees. How is everyone doing? Um, Thank you, Miss Teresa K, for the $5 super sticker. I appreciate that. I ain't even got started and they sending stickers. I appreciate that so much. Joy Loves God. Shout out to my moderators. Who was that had Rich did it out to me? Miss Tyranny? Okay, Miss Tyranny. It's going good, Miss Teresa. Um you all hit the like button for me, okay? Like, share, and subscribe. Let's see, it's been 5 minutes. Okay, you guys, there were several subjects that I had wanted to talk about. And yeah, there are several subjects that I wanted to talk about. And one of them is I saw where a teacher around the Memphis area was arrested for a fight with a student. And then, of course, they did the Sea of Blue for a fallen MPD officer. And, of course, DeSoto County, okay, went and picked up about 58 offenders. And I do want to say this because I know a lot of people have started to migrate to Mississippi, okay, to include myself, which is just like right over the state line from Memphis, about no longer than 10 minutes, okay, from Memphis, not even 10 minutes really. And um, at one point, Mississippi really had a hold of the crime, but I think because so many people are starting to leave, and another thing that I see is happening because I had a client who I know for a fact who had hired me for some investigative work, and he was buying like 50 houses at a time, right? And that was like in DeSoto County. I won't say exactly what city, but the city has gone down quite a bit in DeSoto County. It's several cities in Mississippi that's in DeSoto County. And and so I think that's another reasons one of the another reason why, because you have a lot of people that are buying a lot of properties, and they're starting to just make them Airbnbs and rent them out and all of that. And everybody is moving into these neighborhoods, and of course they kind of remind you of why you don't want to live by any and everybody, right? But that, unfortunately, that is what is happening. And so when I saw that DeSoto County went and picked up like 50 something people up, and they said that there was SEX offenders, which is DeSoto County has a lot of SEX offenders. I'm gonna tell you that right now. For DeSoto County not to be that big, DeSoto County has a lot of offenders. Okay, but it made me happy to see that they was going to at least try to pick them up. Okay, I wanted to show that. Hold on one second.
Thousands of vehicles are clearance priced to sell at all Lenders Auto Group locations. We're driving hard to sell a record number, up to $12,000 off MSRP.
Safer streets in DeSoto County. That is the goal of Operation Creep Sweep, according to District Attorney Matthew Barton, which is why 58 convicted sex offenders are facing new charges tonight. WREG's Ashley Paul spoke with the DA about how those offenders were identified and what could come next.
The whole point of this is to just find people that are most likely to reoffend and get them back behind bars where they belong.
It's really quite simple. Find convicted sex offenders who are violating the terms of their release. In this latest hunt between the DeSoto County Sheriff's Office and the DA's office, Operation Creep Sweep turned up 58 culprits.
Studies have shown that those who fail to register or update their registration requirements are much more likely to reoffend. That's an indication that they're trying to skirt the law or, get off the radar so that they can potentially reoffend.
DeSoto County DA Matthew Barton explains convicted sex offenders are required by law to report changes in residence, employment, new vehicles, social media accounts, the list goes on. If they don't do that, they're charged with a separate felony with new consequences.
These people are especially bad for society, and they're given a chance to reintegrate when they're done with prison. And if they're not going to comply with these rules, then we have to take them back out of society.
This is not the first sweep, and DA Barton says it certainly will not be the last. It's an ongoing effort, he says, to make sure DeSoto County is as safe as it can be. For your news leader, I'm Ashley Paul, WREG News Channel 3.
Okay, I'm happy to see that they are, because I'm gonna tell you something. It is pretty bad. down in this area, and I'm serious. Um, I do know that the Walmart in the South Haven area was really bad about offenders walking into the Walmart and just trying snatching up kids, right? That's one of the reasons why Walmart, especially in the South Haven area, started locking like the doors and stuff back there by the garden area, because they was having a code. I forget what it's called. Is it called a code Adam or a Amber Alert? They was having like a Amber alert or a code Adam or something that they call it. They was running in and snatching. It's a lot of offenders. And just think, you pick up 58 offenders in a county as small as DeSoto. That's a lot of offenders. Just imagine the ones that are not on paper. Okay. So they're pretty twisted. That's why I tell people all the time, watch your children, watch your kids. Do not get distracted in any of these stores. Do not just let them wander away. Um, because it's so easy for an offender to walk up to a child and say, "Oh, your mother was just looking for you," or something like that. You know, she just walked out the door or something like that. Like, it is so easy. I do know in these trafficking rings, they sit out in parking lots. And because I'm going to tell y'all how these trafficking rings work. I think I've said it before, but I'm going to say it again. In these human trafficking rings, they have catalogs. And so these rich freaks that love children, that like children, they want to marry children and all of that. They have a catalog, and they say, I want it to be a blonde haired child, about 4 years old. I want her to have this feature, this, and that. You would never believe that you have people as sick enough to want to be paid to go and lure and snatch a child for some money. See, those are the ones that need to be killed out. The ones that's working in these trafficking rings, because the first thing they'll say when they're caught is, I don't touch no children. I would never mess with a child. But you are working in the rings because in helping to abduct these children, because these rich people pay them a lot of money, right? And so what they do is, they know parents, mothers and stuff, go into grocery stores and stuff with their children. They sit around school areas, but especially in grocery stores. And so what happens is, if they see a mother walk in with about 3 or 4 children, and they go, oh, okay, this child right here fits the description of what one of these freaks want in this catalog, right? And so they'll want to go in and distract the mother. The child could be sitting in the basket, and they'll distract the mother. Oh, I'm a single man, and can you tell me this, and that, and what do I need to use? What should I buy? And everybody is so friendly, right? So you'll turn your back on your child or get distracted trying to be helpful, while now they just flat out snatching them up and running out the store with them. Right. And if it's like I said, it used to be a blonde haired, blue eyed little girl that was a virgin, okay, under the age of 10 years old, went for $100,000 if you could snatch up a child like that. And so a lot of times they're sold to these foreigners, and you don't see your children anymore because they're selling them overseas. Y'all, I get real mad. Y'all know I have to really keep myself together when I talk about stuff like this, because it's even worse now, right? And so now what they've started doing is, the strategy is, they've started doing this more to Black children, because Black children children of color don't get the coverage in the media. So it's easier now to get a African American child or a child of color, right, and snatch them up, and you don't really have to worry about a lot, because they're going to talk about it for 30 seconds on the news, and you're not going to hear about it no more. And so now you have these freaks on social media who get these vlogs that want to act like that they're, trying to help. And a lot of times they're paid to as a deterrence, right? To put a lot of smoke out there. Like they've started doing a lot to try and cover their tracks. But I always say this, and I will continuously say this. The American government has the best intelligence in the world. I never understood how they couldn't get put a lid on what's going on. Anything that they want to do, they can do. Nothing is ever. That's the reason why when people say they can't get a hold on the black web, all they got to do is shut it down. All they got to do is shut down the black web. That's all they got to do. But they don't do that because all of this information is sold on the black web. And what does it do? It keeps money circulating. It keeps you paying these companies to monitor your credit, to do this, to do that. It's really a game, right? Because all they got to do is shut it down. They got the authority and the power to do that. Okay? Nothing is ever put out for us to see until it has been approved and accomplished by the American government. So when these damn fools get on here, they be crackheads though. we smart. We this, a lot of stuff. Okay. A lot of a lot of stuff. Okay. A lot of the stuff that goes on, like I said, a lid can be put on it. A lid could definitely be put on it if they wanted a lid on it. But I always say you have to pay very close attention to the people that you elect. Okay. And I wasn't gonna even get into it like this, but if I'm gonna talk about it, I ain't gonna half step. I'm gonna talk about it and tell it all. Okay. You have to be very meticulous about who you elect in these elections. I'm talking about as it relates to your local elections, your statewide, citywide elections. Because I'm going to tell you what happens. People will start to get into office, and while they got you pissing and moaning about the police director who really don't have any control over nothing, these lawmakers who you need to be watching are being put into office because you will not get out and elect or vet them before you elect them. And they're quietly start changing laws to make time and sentencing for a pedo. Y'all know what I'm talking about, a pedo. Less stringent. Okay? That's what they do. I told y'all I have issues with, and let me tell y'all something. If I just say no, I don't agree with people selling drugs and all of that, but I have issues with somebody going to jail for 30 years for selling drugs and a pedo is out in 30 days. Is something wrong with that? Has anybody ever thought about that? Why is that allowed to happen? It is because the police says let them out. It's a damn shame people don't even know their government. Folks want to argue all the time and they get emotional and don't know nothing. The police are law enforcers, which means the laws are already on the damn books. They are reactive. They usually come after a crime has already been committed to try and find and figure out who committed the crime. And these niggas don't even want to help them to do that. Okay? But your lawmakers are the ones, your senators, your governors, your congressmen are the ones you ought to be standing at their doorstep. As long as they can keep you focused on the ones who don't have the power and help you point the finger at them, they okay, because they ain't got to do a damn thing but let us kill each other. And they can quietly change laws to make it less stringent for a pedo. And then folks mad at the damn police. The police is with a Z on it. Let them back out. The police ain't did a damn thing. Okay? The laws made it, whereas they didn't really have to have no punishment. Okay? If you're gonna fight, you need to know something. I think that's the problem with our community. We always going to war with just mouth. We don't have no weapon, no research. The weapon is the research. And at least be right. But all we have is a bunch of mouth. Then as soon as we get people, I was just, when they did that march in Memphis, I was glad that, I was happy that everybody came together and, then they started hanging off of the bridge and all of that. And they was hanging off of the bridge, just hanging off of it. A bunch of, okay. Right, that he say, she say. Just hanging off of the bridge. But then when they got the people, so you had a pastor who opened up his church and said, we're going to let the whole community come in. And they had they ain't had nobody but the mayor and, some more people, the city council and some more folks. I guess, which was good. You had people, instead of everybody sitting down saying, listen, these are the questions that we're going to bring before them. You had Black people getting up there saying to the mayor, now, why in the hell would you ever say this to a mayor? And on the books, Black people are not even considered to be human beings. Black people, what are you going to do about that? We consider 1/4 of a human. What is it? Somebody help me out. What in the hell did that have to do with what came before the mayor? That's what I'm talking about. No organization, don't know what to ask for. We got mad at President Obama because, and I did too, because I was really hurt when President Obama had said that, and I liked Obama, I like his swag. He didn't try to hide who he was. He understand that he's probably, darker than most Black men. Okay. But he owned up to who he was. He says, I'm half white, because he did not want to negate who his mother was. And I'm half Black. My father is an African. I like a person like that. This is who I am, and I'm not ashamed of that. Okay? But it hurt me when Obama said, when they asked him, Mr. President, because, see, we was just so in awe of his swag. As Black women, we love a man with a swag. Okay? He still got that swag. I was looking at him at the game. Okay? I was like, dog, I hate that he married to Mrs. Obama, because I will be at some of them games. Okay? Trying to look at him. All right? Walk through. He just got that. Okay? But we were so proud to have something that we could identify with. We didn't make him really do anything. Obama's administration was able to get away with a whole lot of stuff. Mr. Parker. Obama's administration was able to get away with a whole lot of stuff that we never would have allowed a white man to get away with now. It's a lot of things that was done up under his administration. Had it been done up under any other administration, we'd have been screaming and hollering on every rooftop. But because we were so happy to have a Black man with a Black chocolate beautiful wife and kids and stuff in office, we gave him a pass. And so when Obama got up there and said, they asked him what was he going to do for the Black people, and President Obama says, I can't just be the president for Black people. He says, Black people don't know what to ask for. And you're right. Black people don't know what to ask for, because a lot of us have never been in rooms or been privy to those meetings to know what to ask for. That was very hurtful. You, as an African-American man, should have been trying to put some people in place to educate those people. And you got the Black leaders who might know what to ask for, but they dare not say anything because they scared that they gonna pull their seat back from the table. They ain't gonna let us in the rooms no more. We help our own community. A whole lot of cowards. Yet and still, as Black people, we do not rally together to overthrow that government of so-called leaders in our communities. We just keep them propped up and do nothing. Okay? We keep them propped up and do nothing. And so that's the reason why I'm always fussing. Hell, I want to get on here and be cute and feminine and be in my regular voice and my baby voice, how I be sounding on the phone and stuff. I want to stay in that energy. But I feel like if I got a platform, I mean, I may as well try and educate us, right? Or put some stuff out there into the atmosphere to make us think. It's too many people that want to go along to get along. That's why I work like a dog. Because I'm not going to go along to get along. I've never been that type of person. Okay. I had always said, I said, God, I don't ever want to be in positions where I gotta keep my mouth closed because I need a paycheck. Where I got somebody talking crazy to me. I had one boss that was doing that to me. Okay, one, and he croaked. Okay, you have to read what you saw now. He croaked. He croaked on over. God took him on. Oh, somebody took him, but he ain't here no more. Okay, he dead and gone on somewhere. So you have to be careful about that because we was really putting God on him. Because some people are they don't know how to handle power, and I think that's the issue. Instead of trying to figure out when you are in a position to help people, not be a pushover, but try to figure out how can I be at least fair. My grandma used to say they ain't gonna really treat you right, but the best thing that they can be is fair. Okay, because everybody sometimes they just can't treat you right. But at least try and treat them fairly. Okay. If I fire her, I'm gonna fire all of you. Bye. All of you got to go. Just be fair about it. Okay. But we don't even know how to do that. We get into positions of power. Okay. And then we end up having to reap what we sow because you have Black men who might get into positions of power, and you got a young girl. Because I've always been very quiet. Okay. So men in power that had an arrogance didn't really like that. Okay. Who she thinks she is gonna sit up in here in my office and ain't gonna talk to me when I'm the head person. You're gonna bow down to me. Okay, I'm doing my job. What do you want from me? No, because they have an idea. I'm in power and this is what I want. If I can put some fear, that's why a lot of women have issues that are ladylike on their jobs, because the men want to, if they're in power and they ain't right, they want to put fear in them to make them think if I would try and dog you out until you submit to me, and I got to put you in a position to make you want to do anything. And that was not going to happen because, bitch, I can be crazy, okay? And because I couldn't jaw that nigga like I wanted to do that preacher in South Memphis that scratched me in my hand, I had to bow by my bedside, me and my mother. Okay, and a couple years later, he went to sleep and didn't wake up. That's what happens when you're wrong, okay? We didn't do it. I mean, somebody came and got him, but we didn't do it. Okay, but you better be careful about who you mess with now. So that's why you have to always, okay, when you're in a position of power, you need to handle yourself right. Okay? And that goes on in our community, because I've always felt like if we're going to be in positions of power, it is so that you can start to open doors for other people. Give those people who have been working hard, let them know that you recognize them. right? Let them know that you recognize them, and then start giving them reasons to want to work hard and come to work. I remember when I was hey, I didn't know that God was putting me in a position to help other people. When I told y'all, when my dad, who was really good friends with this politician, when I left the police department, the politician said, come in and work for me, and they started paying me 3 times more than what I was making. And so I thought I was going to be their personal assistant. And then they was like, well, I'm going to put you over the human resources as the human resource manager. And I cried for days. I was like, I know nothing about human resources, but I ended up learning because they started sending me to classes and stuff, right? So I learned how to do human resources. And then I started seeing what was wrong, right? People was disgruntled. So oftentimes, as what politicians do is, because they owe favors to people, they start bringing, instead of promoting the people from the inside that has worked in the organization, giving them incentives and giving them a reason to want to work hard for you, they was bringing in other folks that didn't know anything about the job because they owed them favors, and then making the people that had been working there that knew the job train them. It ain't nothing worse than that. So I came up with the idea. I was like, well, listen, these people have been working here for 30 years. It ain't no need for them to be in the same position that they was in 30 years ago, especially when they're working hard. And I started having the elected officials to start promoting those people. It was a light that lit up in their eyes. Everybody wanted to work hard. Okay. And so that's another issue. When we get into power, we do it wrong. Instead of rewarding those people that help, because it is the people on the front line that people don't even think is nothing, that's keeping that organization going. You give them incentives and make them want to be loyal to you and work hard for you. Okay. But we don't do that. I don't like her because, I don't like the way she wear her clothes. Yeah, but that sister sure know how to run that front office. She been running it for 30 years. Okay, she could run it with her eyes closed. You going to keep her in the same position, or you going to make her want to work harder for you and pay that sister, right? But anyway, let me get back to what I was talking about with Obama, okay? So Obama said that Black people didn't know what to ask for, okay? And that was very hurtful to me, because Black people got out that had never a lot of them weren't even registered to vote, and got out and registered to vote just so that they could vote for their brother and help to put him in office. And then that's what he said. But we don't hold people's feet to the fire when we put them in office. We don't feel like we have to watch them or make them do anything. And then we're just stuck on stupid, And I'm talking about me too. I ain't just calling y'all stupid. I'm just saying we will vote based on name recognition, even though the person ain't did a darn thing in 4 years. Then in 4 years, we see them again when it's election time. They go to your local churches. They come out in your community and want to kiss on your babies. And then you don't have no issues with it because you like that 2 seconds of affection. That's why I say we need some help in our community. Oh, he came out and kissed my baby. I got a picture with him, that brother. And he went to the Subway. And let me tell y'all a secret. Ain't no politicians paying for y'all no lunch. What they do is they go to the local restaurants and ask them to donate them. Can you donate me 100 sub sandwiches? And then what I'll do is I'll make sure I promote and let everybody know it came from the Subway on Elvis Presley. And then when I go on the news media, because the news is going to come out, I'm going to thank the Subway on Elvis Presley, the owner, such and such, for donating these sandwiches. So when you sitting up choking down that bologna that you could go in the store and buy yourself and put some lettuce and tomato on, Talking about that's a good mindset. He ain't bought you nothing. He got it for free. Okay. And then they didn't even give you the turkey. They gave you the cold cut sandwich with the bologna and all of that junk. I don't like the bologna at Subway. Okay. They give you the cheapest sandwiches in there, and then you give them your vote. The most valuable, one of the most valuable things that you got is your vote, and you just give it away for a bologna sandwich to somebody that don't even deserve it. Okay. So that's why we got to do better. All right. But what these politicians do is they get into office and they quietly keep you distracted with something that ain't got nothing to do with nothing, and change these laws for these pedos because in these trafficking rings, they are the enablers of it. That's why it's able to continue to go on. And then they put these drug dealers in jail. I think I talk about this all the time, right? And I ain't taking up for no drug dealer, but I just got issues with somebody going to jail because they got a whole heap of weed, as the old people say. Oh, he had 100 pounds of weed, and they giving him 30 years, and he ain't killed nobody. He ain't touched no kids. As a matter of fact, he'll lay a nigga down that touched some kids, that violate some children. He that type of dude. But we be secretly happy. Well, that nigga thought he was gonna make some money. They don't put him in jail for 30 years, and we don't have no issues with that. But you let a pedophile back out in 30 days. I got issues with that. And I know people gonna say, well, she dated street dudes and stuff. Listen, I grew up around street dudes because I grew up in the hood in South Memphis until I was about 12. Okay. So I understand that a lot of street guys ain't on what these people try to say that they on. Okay. You couldn't pay a lot of them. The majority of them, you couldn't pay them to violate no children or no woman. They ain't gonna do it. That's right, T Clean. I grew up in South Memphis until we moved to the Whitehaven area in Twinkletown. Okay. That's what we did. And DJ Paul and them was living over there too when we moved over there. But I think it's a shame that happens. That is what happens. And we don't get at the lawmakers to say, listen, this is what we want. I'm not saying, no, don't sell drugs. I don't think men should sell drugs. Men don't sell drugs. Okay, stop doing it. Go get you a weed dispensary. First of all, let me just say this. Ain't nobody got no business going to jail for selling no weed. I'm just going to say that now. They ain't got no business for going to jail for selling no weed. And I ain't never in my life smoked weed. Okay, because I'm allergic to smoke. It's legal now. So they really ain't got no business being arrested for it. I never understood that. But, get you a weed dispensary. Okay, because what they do is they go and they sell them some weed or something, and then they go and spend it on a Gucci belt because they can't afford nothing else, instead of taking their money and trying to legitly do something with it, or working legitly to, you want to sell weed, go get you a damn weed dispensary, okay, with your nappy head ass. These men act like they're stupid. Okay, get you a weed dispensary and sell you some legal weed. Okay, since that's out of the game that the government want to play with you, just go ahead and invest in something legal. But even if he ain't invested in anything legal, I'm not saying he shouldn't get a pedophile that are there violating women. Hell, some of them, 30 years, you giving somebody 30 years for selling some drugs, and then you letting a murderer out in 10 years on manslaughter. And ain't nobody got no issues with that. I forgot. We've gotten accustomed to just complaining and not doing nothing. Okay. They said too many licenses and red tape on the weed dispensary. Who put those stipulations on the dispensaries? Because when they do stuff like that, I'm sure they got their reasons for doing it, but then a lot of times it's to keep a whole lot of people out too. That's why they do it like that. So I would think it would be the lawmakers that do that, so that they make it so hard for you that nobody can have a weed dispensary unless you're really rich and their family members. So then what you have to do is you have to bring what you want when it's election season. You need to figure out who make those laws as it relates to that. Don't nobody want to do that. That's just too much work. Figure out who making some of these laws, because it ain't the police chief. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I can save you that issue. It ain't the police chief. It's not the mayor. Okay, so I just eliminated two, so you don't have to go down there and stand and hold your damn signs, because that's gonna be asinine. So that means you need to go further. You could pass on by the city council and the county commissioner. You go further. So that means you might need to stop at the congressman. Okay, I just saved you about 2 years, okay? Since don't nobody like to do nothing. And then figure out if we came together, but you have to have somebody to come. First of all, we're going to have to come together and have valid, why my son, they said my son had raped 15 women and they gave him 100 years, and then get a white man's this but 20 years. Ain't nobody gonna rally for your son. See, that's why don't nobody take us serious. I don't care. I wouldn't care if they had gave your son the damn death penalty, because that's what he need if he doing that. See, that's why people don't take the black community seriously. They always sitting up talking about my son did the same thing. He went and killed 100 people, and the white man just did it. And so I want my son to get out. Why? So he can kill 100 more? No. So what we need to be doing is making sure them laws are equal. Okay, so the white man needs to get 100 years, just like your son, because I know you don't think we get ready to start picketing to get your damn serial killer ass son out of jail. But see, that's what make people laugh at our community, because we don't have sense enough to sit down and say stuff like that. I want my son out. Why? The white man just didn't get but 10 years, and he killed 100 people just like my son did. Oh, okay. So then that means what we need to do is we need to figure out why the white guy only got 10 years so he can get 100, just like your son got 100, right? That would be the more logical thing to do. But everybody wants to be able to do wrong, don't want no repercussions until it happens to their family. Our community is off balance. And I know people be sitting up saying that I'm really hard on our community, but so I don't care. You know why I don't care? Because somebody got to tell us, as long as they can keep us sensitive and want to put a pacifier in our mouths, they want us to be like that. They don't want nobody like me to sit up here and say, y'all acting like a bunch of damn fools. We got to do better. We got to organize and do better. Our community is sick. If we don't say that, we ain't gonna fix nothing. And everybody can continuously take advantage of the black community being a bunch of damn unorganized fools. Okay? Yeah, every time I open my patio, the mosquitoes. See, I took a shower and I put on some lotion. Okay. And I don't be wanting to say it the way I say it. Yeah, I don't be wanting to get on here and fuss like this. I don't do this in real life, But I feel like I have to do it. That's the only way people understand me. Y'all, we need some help. We need to change the way we do things. Okay? And so I know that was loaded right there. I just did 45 minutes of when I got into the human trafficking and all of that. But I mean, they don't see. This is what makes they could stop it if they wanted to. But my point was a lot of the law officials, the politicians are involved in this because a lot of these pedos are running for office and winning, and they win so that they can get into office, and they start changing laws to make it better for their kind. That's what they do. A pedo is their kind. So they are likable, they have the money, they run and they win because don't nobody vet nobody no more. It's just about who can pimp on you, who can make you feel good and stroke your ego. And he's a pedo, and he gets into office and he makes the laws less stringent for a pedo, and they ain't nothing changed because, like I said, ain't nobody selling weed got no business doing 30 years for selling no damn weed, and a pedo is out in 30 days. That's completely backwards and twisted. Okay. Ken says, with Memphis being mostly a chocolate city, that explains why most of the federal money goes to Nashville. Of course. Nobody asked Steve Cohen about what funds are being allocated actually to the Black community. Now, your commissioners and your council people, I do believe they get quite a bit of money. They get quite a bit of money to come into the city. You need to make sure that the politicians, the money that come, the impoverished areas get more money than any other area, and they can reallocate those funds in anywhere they want to. It ain't happening it ain't being put into the Black community where they could justify putting the money anywhere. So it ain't really going into the Black community. The urban communities get more grants than any community. Is anybody asking their representative or their politicians or whatever, or the money that came in? What? First of all, you need to ask them. I need to know. I need a list of all the money that has come into the community for my community. What kind of money came into North Memphis? North Memphis is an impoverished area, which means they get a lot of grants. How was those funds allocated? I need a printout. This whole community want a printout, or else we're going to put your ass out. We want a printout, or we're going to vote your ass out. Okay? Of whoever ran and you elected for that area. I bet you they ain't going to be able to tell you. Okay. It says, Paige, you right. Lobbyists are the only folk that are typically worth every penny. District 17 been voting out no good seat holders. That's because a lot of politicians are already bought and paid for. By the time they get into office, whoever puts the money behind them. So y'all better be very careful about who is putting money behind Kamala. Who is putting the money behind Kamala? Okay, because that's where her loyalty lies. But I mean, we could. That's public record. Look and see who funding these people, because they're going to be loyal to whoever funds them. They have an obligation. They have already sat down. Because you got to know now, these people don't give people money for campaigns for nothing. It is because they have an agenda that they give to these politicians and say, I'll give you the money, but this is our agenda. Will you be able to fulfill? That's something we ought to be doing, because they ain't but one vote, if they are a vote at all. because a lot of them don't even live in your city and county. We have the majority vote, and we just relinquish all of our power for a damn cheeseburger, and you better not put no mayonnaise and ketchup on it. You sold for years. Okay, you be waiting on that same damn dollar hamburger in 4 years. When he come to the community, he sure do bring them good hamburgers. Lady Dixie Queen been in your damn community all day, every day. Why is the burger good when that crooked politician bring it to you? Okay. Anyways, we're gonna come back to that. I've talked an hour about that because see, people be thinking I'm mean, but I'm so not mean. I'm passionate. Okay, when I get on here, I teach. That's why when I get off here, I don't talk for 2-3 days. And my mama be calling me. They be go, what happened to you? I'm sitting here. Either I'm out on a case, and I can't talk when I'm on a case. No way, I have to be real quiet, or I'm sitting looking up at the TV. Okay, because trying to teach ain't easy. Okay, y'all, listen. Okay, so I wanted to talk. I found this interesting right here. It says teacher arrested after fight with 8th grader. Y'all, now listen, I don't know how I feel about this. It says a junior high school teacher in West Memphis, Arkansas was arrested Thursday and accused of getting into a fight with an 8th grade student last week. Kenneth Cawley, 29, a teacher at Wonder Junior High School, is charged with 3rd-degree battery and filing a false report. According to Crittenden County jail records, he was released on his own recognizance. Cawley has been placed on administrative leave by West Memphis schools while they conduct an internal investigation. West Memphis Police Department said in a statement, the student has been released from juvenile custody and all charges against him was dropped. According to a police report on August 9th, Cawley was confronting a student about vaping at the school. So the student wanted to stand outside and vape. That means he was smoking on something. Okay, now they feel like they're supposed to be able to smoke at the school in front of the teachers. Okay, but the confrontation turned physical at some point. Cawley allegedly threatened the student, bumped him, and tussled with him until another staff member broke them up. Police said they reviewed video of the incident and determined Cawley was the aggressor. Investigators say Cawley could be heard using profanity and calling the student a whiner in one of the 2 videos they reviewed. The team replies, but it's hard to understand. Cawley could be heard allegedly threatening the 8th grader with a whooping. He said he was going to whoop his ass. Okay, investigator says. Kadaria Watkins, the boy mother, says she's unsure whether her son will return to the school. At this point, I'm not sure if I'm going to take him out of the district and put him somewhere else. I don't know. I just want him to be safe. Now, her damn son is smoking. He's smoking. I'm sure the in front of the teachers. I'm sure he confronted him about doing that. And she's sitting up talking about, I want my son to be safe, when he was taken to juvenile because he was fighting the teacher too. The teacher just told him, I'm going to give you a whooping. See, this is the type of stuff I'm talking about. Police said the West Memphis School District has a strict policy against any sort of violence. We understand that this situation is concerning for students, parents, and the community. The West Memphis Police Department is committed to a thorough and transparent investigation to ensure justice is served. Thank you for your trust and support as we continue to work towards maintaining a safe environment. Them smoking in front of the teachers is maintaining a safe environment. So now when the kids vaping and smoking weed and shit like that, the teachers are supposed to say nothing. Cause see, we got paddling at school. We got whoops. She talking about she want her son to be safe. When what I would have did had that been my 8th grade son, and he was vaping when they put him in juvenile because he was fighting too. When he got out of juvenile, when they released him, I would have told him, you would have did better letting that teacher whoop your ass, because I'm getting ready to tear your ass out the frame. But instead, people are committed to upholding the wrongs of their children, and that's the reasons why these kids ain't worth a damn right now. And that's the truth be told. Okay, I found this story interesting. Okay, and the school system ain't worth nothing, ain't worth a damn either. You know, the only thing they concerned about is passing these kids that can't spell their names in box card letters, and they really don't know how to spell their names because their parents was high and drunk when they named him. Okay, what's his name? Caviar. How you spell caviar? XMTBD. Bitch, you drunk. And that's what's on the birth certificate. So a lot of them don't know how to spell their names, okay? Because their mamas and daddies didn't know how to spell it because they was up under the influence when they gave birth to them. Okay? That's what's going on. But ain't nobody holding nobody's feet to the fire. Okay? Mr. Parker says, now kids don't think they have to respect the elder. Right, and don't respect the elders at all. Do not respect the elders at all. Caviar. My name, Caviar. MBCD, the caviar, the C silent. Okay. So they don't. So now what the school system is doing is they saying pass them through because no child is left behind, no matter how they can't read or write. Because if you do not pass them, they will not get the grants. So kids don't really go to school now to learn. They go to school just, so the money could keep coming to the school system. That's it. And the thing is, don't touch them. Let them put other kids' lives in danger. Let them smoke. Let them do anything. And if it's the teachers, let them whoop your ass. Because if you hit them back, you're going to get fired. I mean, and we let this type of stuff go on in our communities. Okay, this is the type of stuff that we let go on in our community. Okay. Let's see what else I want to talk about. It was something else I wanted to talk about. The Memphis Police Department honored the fallen officer in a sea of blue. Okay, then I'm gonna open the phone lines up. Okay, I got a new number, child. I done got a new one. Let's see.
$30% off all spas and swim spas. Over 50 models to choose from and hundreds of spas in stock. World's biggest spa sale going on now at Family Leisure.
A sea of blue lights glowing on the highways and streets of the Mid-South as hundreds of law enforcement officers pay tribute to a fallen Memphis police officer. Hello, I'm Greg Hurst.
Hi, I'm Stephanie Skurlock. The Sea of Blue started at Oak Grove Missionary Baptist Church on Highway 64 and made its way to North Main Station where he worked. Our Brian Ditlake was there for the strong show of support tonight and joins us live from where the procession ended. Hi.
Yeah, as you said, Stephanie and Greg, the procession of the Sea of Blue ended right here at the North Main Police Precinct for the Memphis Police Department. And you can see the overwhelming love and support for Officer Demetrius Johnson as people are leaving the area. You can even see the squad car adorned with flowers for Johnson. This is the second time the Memphis Police Department had to conduct a somber dedication like this year. Family, friends, and loved ones say for Officer Johnson, while he was taken away too soon, it's the impact he had on his community that shine bright tonight. A sea of blue lights, the American flag waving in the wind, and a community watching as the Bluff City honors a fallen hero, Officer Demetrius Johnson.
I have never, ever seen anything like this.
Pastor David Gillard served as Johnson's hometown pastor in Chicago. He says he's humbled to see the support for who he says is a man of faith and a dedicated father and husband.
He loved his family, he loved church, he loved to serve. He was just that man.
The newly minted officer had only been on the job since March before he died earlier this month after a gunshot victim rammed into his patrol car. The other driver died and Johnson's colleague left critically injured. Records show that no one in either of the vehicles was wearing seatbelts at the time of the crash.
Stay together. I used to always play your game like you sleep.
For family, they say while in mourning, Johnson lived his dream, serving others.
He would be greatly missed. I mean, he was a treasure to any and everybody he came in contact with. He really was.
The best man in Johnson's wedding, driving from Chicago, saying he hopes the family sees the impact Johnson had on those around him.
We're all praying for you from Chicago to Texas to here in Memphis. Hope you get some form of comfort knowing how much he was loved, and we will miss him, and we will continue to pray and take care of his son and his wife and his mother.
Now, we also spoke with a pastor of Oak Grove Missionary Baptist Church who says their congregation is prepared for Johnson's service tomorrow and their prayers are with the men and women in blue. We're live downtown Memphis tonight. Brian Ditlake for your news leader, WREG, Channel 3.
Rest in peace to the fallen officer. You know, I was looking at when his pastor was sharing his pictures and stuff on the on his Facebook page. He served in the church a lot. He worked in the church quite a bit. And I remember when I went through the police academy, of course, y'all know I injured my hip 5 weeks before I was to graduate and get my badge. But that was something that I still think about it to this day, that they taught us in the academy, and that is there's a code, and the code is blue. The code is blue. We all bleed blue. That means stick together no matter what. And I hate that. You know, I no longer work for the police department. But I hate that when I see officers that lose their lives and stuff. I think about that consistently, because when we're going through the academy, we have to all lean on each other because it's paramilitary for support, emotional support when you get drained really quick. And there is a camaraderie because people, especially now, they kind of look at all police officers as being bad, although you can't keep them from calling when their ass is in trouble, you know. But that's what they there for. But I rest in peace to that officer. And I think I've always said that I'm pro police. I'm not when they do bad things. I don't support that at all. But I definitely understand that we do need good police officers because we cannot live in a lawless society. So my heart, y'all know I ain't changing that up for nothing. But my heart does go out to that officer, right? And his family. Anyways, you guys, let's I'm opening up the lines. I've talked for an hour. I'm gonna open up the lines for y'all to go ahead and call on in. Anybody that would like to call in can call in. And the number is on the screen. And we was talking about the teacher arrested after the fight. Of course, we talked about the 58 offenders that was picked up around the Mississippi area, and we kind of got into the human trafficking situation and the fallen officer. Okay. They said Memphis police need the military, not the police. Memphis needs the military, not the police. Um, well, a lot of people are saying that they don't want the National Guard in Memphis because the National Guard is gonna be too hard on the criminals. That's an oxymoron. I don't really get that. You want the criminals off the street, but you saying that the National Guard are gonna be too hard on them. I don't understand that, but okay. Yeah, the number is 667 901 667 0119. 667-0119. Okay. And I talked about three things. I had to make sure I came on tonight because, like I said, I had been busy all day. I was like, maybe I should do a video. I was like, no, maybe I'll do a live because I know I'm gonna be. I know tomorrow is not going. I don't know if I'm gonna even be able to get on tomorrow. Yeah, police are being overworked in Memphis. You're right, and it's on. And I don't mean no harm. I think a lot of them are just being pushed through the academy. I don't think that they are that it is as paramilitary style as it was when I was going through. Because it's unfortunate. A lot of these damn officers don't even know the law. When I was out there, Mr. Hall was out there. I wonder if Mr. Hall is still alive. He was the law teacher, and he was hard shit that a lot of people was felling out on the law. So we all had study groups and stuff. But these officers now, a lot of them don't even know the law. So that's why they're doing a lot of illegal searches and stuff. When they pull these cars and stuff over, it's just really weird. I think now they're being pushed through because so many officers are retiring, and a lot of them are just flat out quitting. One of my friends, um, that I had the opportunity to talk to the other day. I had not talked to him in a while, but he took an early retirement and left. He was hey, he didn't even he left in 21 years and moved out of the state. No, please, no National Guard. They are going to be hard on everyone. Ken says that he feels that the National Guard is going to be hard on everyone, even the innocent people. I don't know. Do y'all think that that's a scare tactic? Louis Armstrong and I attended. You mean Tony Armstrong? Are you talking about Tony? I said Tony Armstrong. Are you talking about Tony Armstrong or did you mean Louis? I know Tony Armstrong. He's the chief over there at the hospital. Now, Mike has taken a head of security job now at the hospital. So they're both doing really good. The two old police chiefs. Okay, Louis. I don't think I remember a Louis Armstrong. I can't think of no Louis Armstrong right now. I'm counting my blessings. Many of them are working in South Haven and Oxford, Mississippi. Okay, Lewis is with MPD. Okay. High ranking official. I've never heard of a Louis Armstrong. Louis Armstrong. I don't remember him. A high-ranking official? The high-ranking officials that they have now, I was around when I knew them. I know them because I was around when they didn't have all that rank. It's the newer officers that are just coming on that I don't know now. But I don't remember a Louis Armstrong. Louis Armstrong. I remember a Brownlee. The Brownlee I know that had rank is retired. I wonder if that Brownlee that I know that had rank is retired. Y'all hit the like button for me. Y'all make sure you all hit the like button, okay? Like, share, and subscribe, okay? Like, share, and subscribe. Okay, let me see something. Y'all, the phones are open if anybody, wants to call in. If anybody wants to call in. Oh, okay, he's 44 or 45. Yeah, hold on 1 second. Hello? Who was that? And they hung up. Oh, okay. You said you're gonna call again. Okay. Oh, okay. She meant Brownlee. Okay. Y'all, the number is up there 901-667-0119. 901-667-0119. And we're talking about the teacher that was arrested arrested after the fight with the student, the fallen MPD officer, and Mississippi got 58 offenders. Okay. Yeah, and listen, you guys make sure y'all hit the like button, and we're on the road to 20,000 subscribers. We're on the road to 20,000 subscribers, okay? We could talk about that. And also, I was going to add talking about something else as it relates to the Young Dogs case, because I was talking to somebody today about that. And it seems like the energy as it relates to I guess because it's getting closer and everybody is starting to talk about that because it's getting closer and closer to time for the case. It's not going to be rescheduled or anything like that. It seems like the energy has gotten a little stiff. You know what I mean? Where people are kind of scared because it's finally going to happen. I think a lot of the shenanigans that was going on before, as it relates to people playing and thinking that they can do this, and that, the energy has kind of changed since they understand that the judge is not going to play no games. Okay, the judge ain't playing no games. So they understand now that all of the crazy stuff that was going on could be used against them. Okay, it could only work against them. So but I'm talking about even in the atmosphere as it relates to a lot of, you know, people on the outside, that have all of these differences of opinions. And and that's something that we all have. We all have a difference of opinion. But um I don't know. I think the energy it's down to the nitty gritty now, and so people know now that what's gonna happen is definitely getting ready to happen. Can nobody really backpedal on nothing? Everything is really getting ready to come out. It's really already out, and so now it'll be revealed more where people, the people that have been in the background that we didn't know about. I don't think the witnesses will ever be revealed, and I don't think that they ever should. Not to us, anyways. Not for us to put them on trial, but more so revealed, and a lot of them have already been revealed, anyways, to some of these people that is involved in this Young Dogs case. See, what I kept saying was they really didn't have to go far because the people that revealed what needed to be revealed as it relates to helping to bring closure to the Young Dogs situation came from the people right around straight dropping them, right? It came from right around their camps and all of that. So they really didn't have to look far at all, right? But it's going to be interesting to start hearing those things that the information that they was tight-lipped about, because it all has to come out. Some people feel like, well, we'll never really get the truth, and they're not going to tell us this and that. Well, everything comes out in a trial. If there's any evidence or information, it can't be withheld in a court in the trial. That's the purpose of collecting it, so that it can be brought before a judge and a jury. So what would be the need in collecting evidence just so that you can try and hide it? It don't make sense. That's an oxymoron. And I think that's what people tend to forget or don't understand. That is an oxymoron. That's the reasons these people was out there investigating, so that they could collect enough information and evidence to bring before a judge and a jury. That is the ultimate goal. So when folks start getting in their heads that don't digest a lot of the propaganda that is put into the atmosphere. I truly feel like it is only to confuse a whole lot of people, right? It's only to confuse you. That's it. That's all. Okay. um hey, I always say eat the meat, spit out the bones. But it's down to the nitty gritty. If you pay close attention, all you have to do is pay close attention to Mia J. Mia J has been happy. She seems to have been peaceful. And I think that is because now that it's getting down to the nitty gritty as it relates to the Young Dolph situation, you have not heard her complaining lately. See, Young Dolph is her soulmate, okay? So when something was wrong, you could see it within her. It affected her. But when you start to see, I've been seeing her happy with Aria and all of that. She has not really been having a lot of outbursts about, they're hiding this, and that. I think she's starting to understand. And they're starting to talk to her more about some stuff, give them more information because it's getting ready to come out anyways. And I believe that they're satisfied. So people can't convince me, when they say, well, I just, the police ain't gonna do this and that. The trial, they ain't had the trial yet. How you know? Okay, how would anybody know if they have not even had the trial yet? So how they know what they're gonna produce and not going to produce? And so that's where you have to start using a lot of your common sense. When people say, well, they're not gonna produce that, they gonna withhold it. How you know? You don't even know the evidence they got. But I'm happy that it's down to the nitty gritty. This is something that people have been waiting on for a very long time. It's been 3 years, and it's really just the beginning. I always say that it's really just the beginning, okay? And even after all of it is over, I don't think that the mere fact that Young Dolph was taken out, okay, Miss Kitty, the mere fact that Young Dolph was taken out the way that he was, do they understand what they did? A young entrepreneur who was basically just taken out because he was an entrepreneur, because he was getting to the money. And so do they understand what they put into the atmosphere? Especially with a lot of these young dudes, that it's okay to go and take out somebody that has worked hard to bring themselves out of the this. Okay. Y'all, the number is 901-662. 901-667-0119. 901-667-0119. Okay? 0119. Ken says, I will be glad when it's over because Pre is continuing to go up. That new song by Paper Route Woo is so hard. Hey, Miss Kitty. What is happening? Hello?
Okay, we all good. This Paige.
What's up, Paige?
Hey, let's talk about the teacher that got arrested, or do you want to talk about Pre, or do you want to talk about the Poly MPD?
Whichever one you want to talk about is cool.
Okay, it was Louis Brownlee who I was talking about. I'm so sorry. I said Louis on song. I'm like, hold on, that's an actor.
Yeah, I think that's the man that played the trumpet or something.
Okay, it was Louis on song. Okay. Louis Brownlee.
Okay.
Yeah, the police in Memphis does have a overwhelming job. They really do, and I think that they do need the help with the military in order to get this back in order. It's out of order now.
Why do you think things are out of order? You're from Memphis. What do you see that's going on? Because you're from out of South Memphis, right?
No, I'm from out of South Memphis.
What do you see that's going on? Why do you think this stuff is out of control like this?
Fear. It's fear. It has to be fear. I have seen burnouts being done in front of the police. They can't chase them. I have seen them shoot at the police. I have seen them smack elder women, and
really? They doing it like that?
Take the cars at the gas stations. I have seen them. I haven't seen them. You know, they robbed the police chief here.
Yeah.
They robbed them twice. Yeah, so that's the things I see. You don't think you don't agree they kind of need a little help?
Of course, I've been saying it, that they need to bring in the National Guard.
Highway Patrol can only do so much. The Tennessee Highway Patrol can only do so much.
I agree. I agree.
They had to call them. Yeah. So that's what I see in Memphis.
Well, let me ask you something. You know, I got to ask you, since I got another Memphian on the line. What do you think the energy is going to be like when this trial starts?
It's going to be the same mode. It's still going to be sliding. It's going to be a war zone. It's just that the things that's going to come out are the things that people already had known.
Mm-hmm.
And if you ask me, YouTube is the best detectives in the world. They solved the case before the case was even. It kind of tore a lot of the city apart, though. It really did.
You think YouTube solved it?
Nah, I think YouTube solved it. Yeah, I really do.
I don't think YouTube solved it. I think it was solved before it got to YouTube. I think it was solved on Instagram. The night that JoJo Splat and them got on Instagram, they actually solved it.
I forgot about that.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot about the Instagram post.
Yeah, they actually solved it because, you know, they was really boastful. They wanted for Pre. They didn't know that they was being watched like that. They wanted for Pre to know that it had came from around them.
Because they did, but they started going live, 3 days?
They started going live that night.
Wow.
Remember, Straight Drop even went live that night.
Yeah, I think that it's going to be, I think the oral about it when the trial begins and everything, I think the oral about it is going to stay the same on the slide. When I say slide, I mean crime, drive-bys, walk-ups. If they can't get you, they get your family members. If they can't, you see what I'm saying? They're still going to go on. It's still going on.
Mm-hmm.
They're not going to stop until they get their one top. Once they get their one top, everything else is just
Well, who you think the one top is?
We know who the top is.
Who?
We know who the top is. Mario. We know.
Because people listen. It's some. I had to ask because, you know, you hear people in Memphis that, you know, it's not many that say it, but they tend to think that Mario wasn't involved.
Yeah, I believe he was. I truly believe that man wasn't involved. It was just a little push so stirred it up.
Who you think? You say you think who stirred it up?
Black youngsters stirred this shit up.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know, youngsters stirred this shit up. You know, he could put it in there.
You don't think somebody was instigating for him to do it?
I wouldn't say his hands all the way clean. Mario hands ain't all the way clean. He always known for throwing a rock and hiding his hand. He's slippier than a can of oil.
Oh yeah, and it ain't no different now. You think he gonna slide? He think he gonna slide his way out of this one?
I mean, look who his mentor is. Look at his mentor.
Jay-Z.
You know his mentor is all right
then. Mm-hmm.
Ain't Jay-Z, Valero City. Ain't he slippery too with the oil?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, the last thing Jay-Z had on him was a goddamn parking ticket in 1995. Come on, man.
Ain't that something?
You know.
That's something.
Hey, you gotta look at it, man.
They said the National Guards are going to set a curfew. You either abide by their regulations set or go to jail. Well, at this point, it's so bad. I mean, something has to be done to restore order.
Yes, and that's why I'm like, they need the military. They do. They need the military because you can't scare kids, young folks with jail or police no more. I'm gonna call the police. Call they motherfucking ass out. Dang.
Yeah, they don't care no more. They be wanting to go to jail.
The jail is a badge of honor now.
So that they can say, I got that charge. Getting a charge. Now they brags about getting charges.
Yeah, if you should get a cop, you either gonna get rank on the street or you're gonna get ranked in jail. If you live to tell the story, you see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Think about it. Everything costs twice as much in jail as off the street.
That's true. Let me ask you something, because I was looking at this earlier. Now, I like Stan G. What you think about that situation with Stan G and Big 30?
Stan G and Big 30. I don't know the situation.
Well, they was arguing on live a little earlier. I hope it don't get too out of control, because because Big 30 got a lot of little dudes around him that wants his approval.
Stan G ain't stayed alive out here that long for nothing. And Stan been shot before.
Well, that's
Stan
true.
Been set up. I like Stan G. I like him.
I like him too. I like him too.
I like him, but I can't play no damn Big 30 minutes. I can't understand this shit. I like both of them. I like both of them.
Yeah, I do. But I hope that it does. It seems to be escalating.
I hope it's a publicity stunt. I hope it's a stunt.
You think?
I hope it's a stunt.
It might be.
I hope it's a stunt. I really do. I really do. Because only one out of that whole clique that was on the billboards was Moochie Gray, Big Moochie.
Mm-hmm.
That was on the billboard. I haven't seen the other one on there yet.
Mm-hmm.
But that was a long time ago, so I don't know who's on that now. But I can't listen to him like that. I listen to 2 songs, that's it. Take that shit off.
Mm-hmm. They said, what, Mr. Hart? They said Jay-Z is the feds.
I think he's going to protect his asset if it's bringing in some money.
Mm-hmm.
If his asset is bringing in some money, will Jay-Z protect it?
Yeah.
They'll kick you to the curb in a minute. If you ain't making the machine no money, they'll kick you to the curb.
Mm-hmm.
So who's making that machine that money? Let me see. You got 3 of them making that little money. You got 3 of them making CMG some money, though. That's Glow, Yo, and Boogie. They making some money. They're bringing in some.
They said it's going to get ugly.
And what you think?
Yeah, I think Glorilla and Moneybag is making him some money. Yeah, because he's getting all of theirs. You know, he's getting all of their money.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Twinkle Town still pretty.
Yeah, it is. It's nice. It's still nice. But what's starting to happen? What's starting to happen is that, you know, some of the people that have had those homes forever, they're passing away, and their kids are starting to rent them out or make them Airbnbs, and that's not a good thing.
Ain't the neighborhood association club still over there?
Mm-hmm.
They had some of the strictest neighborhood watch rooms in Memphis.
Mm-hmm. Still over there. But you have to understand, a lot of the people that started that was really adamant about, you know, because adamant about some stuff, they're passing away. Ken says Big 30 isn't going to back down. No, I don't think Big 30 is going to back down. Stan G don't seem like he backing down either, though.
I think the last interview I seen with Stan G is when he had No Love, the next two-time brother on there.
Well, he uploaded something today where he and Big 30 was on live. Big 30, it seemed like he started with him first, so I actually got kind of tickled. I don't know what to think about it. Big 30 got on live and says said something about Stan G first, and then I think Stan G requested to be in his live. So I don't know what to think.
Wow. That's crazy. What you feel about, what was your remarks on the teacher that has got arrested?
I think that that the student was wrong, because why was the student be standing in the school smoking a vape?
Okay. I feel like teachers now, because half of my alumni are teachers now, and they tell me some wild stories when we go out on girls' night. They tell me some wild stories about these children. And one that speaks out the most is when we was in school, in the school now. And one reason is that the kids know they can run over you now. Mm-hmm. They know they can hit you. They know they can get away with cussing. They know they ain't got to respect you. They know you ain't shit. All this stuff. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And you will cuss a child out. You cuss a child out. I understand that teachers cussing their child out, but it's a professional cuss out too. Mm-hmm. It's a professional way to cuss somebody. Can you cuss somebody out professionally, T?
Yeah, I know how to cuss them out professionally. I'd be kind of ghetto on here, don't I?
Yeah, give me an example. Give me an example of a professional cuss out right now.
Sit your ass down.
You know what, T? We might need to go back to the drawing board on that. I feel like you could dig just a little bit deeper than that, and I think that you can find some words to relate to your listeners where they can use it and not get fired. Let's go.
I know that's right. I guess I got to think of that one, because, you know, when we get in the heat of the moment, we be calling them MFs and this and that. That ain't professional at all.
Did the teacher call this child? What he called
they said that he was heard telling the child that he was going to whoop him. He said he was going to whoop him, and they said that he could be heard saying some cuss words. Well, I mean, I guess it should not have escalated that far, but people are forgetting that the student, Lord have mercy, that the student are you still on? Are you still on?
You said what?
Okay, what happened? What was that beep?
I don't know. I thought they came from your end. It ain't come from my end. It's quiet over here.
Okay, I don't know what that was. Was that Miss Kitty?
I thought she was beeping. I heard some beeping. It sounded like a forklift beep for a minute.
Yeah, it did. Okay, let me take some of these other calls.
I ain't got you again, did you?
They might have. All right. Thank you for calling in. Bye. All right, you guys. The number is 901-667-0119. 901-667-0119. We just talking about like quite a bit of stuff. We was talking about the teacher that was arrested for fighting with the student. Hey, Miss Kitty.
Hey, what you doing?
Oh, nothing, just on live.
Oh, I know. I'm on there too. Since my grandma died, she was a church lady. She adopted me. But we was always in church all the time. And like, people think I'm weird because the way I think. Job died for a reason. And he died for jealousy reasons. But what he died for is standing up now. Like, everybody is aware. Everybody, it's like a good thing, but a sad thing had to happen. Because they dogs are doing this. She's trying to take, why would she try to take his money? Because once she got his kids, she already said.
Right.
And about that teacher fighting the kids, I'm not a mechanic. I don't want to fix cars. I can't be a teacher. Because if you swing on me, eat little boy, or talk shit to me or little girl, that's what's going to happen. It ain't like when I went to school. I got a whooping by my teacher. She the one that named me Zacchaeus. She was from Brazil, and she couldn't pronounce B, so she would say Zacchaeus. And I told her, I like that. I'm going to name my daughter Zacchaeus. And that's what I did.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't trust these kids. These kids got mad. You want to smoke vape? I smoke vape. I don't smoke cigarettes and black in my house no more. But vapes are worth it. You ain't doing nothing but putting battery acid cancer in your system. It just smells good. Because you think you're doing lesser than what you're doing. But these kids these days, I ain't gonna lie, teacher got some on me one time. I would never hit her. I was thinking about it, but I was raised there. I can think whatever I want to think, but I knew I was into the ass whipping when I got home. But it's just like, I think that bad things gotta happen for good things to be. He died. He's one man. And I got to argue with a dude today. He's gonna say, I said Dolph was the king of Memphis. He's gonna say Gotti was the king of Memphis. That's why Dolph's gone. Okay, when Music Mafia was saying they was the king of Memphis, Gotti got to argue with them. When MGK said they was the king of Memphis, Gotti got to argue with him. He's like a small, big-ass baby. He's like a little girl to me. And it ain't even about Dolph. It's about a man being a man.
Right.
You don't know how to be a man. First of all, when Dolph makes his money, it goes straight to Dolph. When you get money, Jay-Z gets a cut. Everybody gets a cut. Dolph's money, that's why he turned down the 22. Because he knew he could make 100 million. Like, nigga, stop playing.
Right.
And I just been working on, like, just being positive and all that. And stop looking at him. Because I was mad at first. Like, I wouldn't listen to nothing but that. But I like to go with the song with him and Daddy. I just hate that. I don't hate nobody. I don't like him. It ain't just because of Dolph. He been doing little things for a while.
Mm-hmm.
But everybody dismissed because he got Down syndrome. He retarded. No, because I just been like sitting back these last couple of months, and people think I'm sad, and it's not sad. Like, I don't be sad over nothing personal in my life. Like, look, that lady that got killed, she's 30-something. Like, that man walked in her house, and I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. Yeah, the devil came out. But these little things, big things like that gotta happen. But it can start a movement, or they gonna put it on to some Diddy shit. Fuck Diddy. He's going to jail anyway. I don't like him, never liked him. He cannot get no play in my house. Them old pussy. My kids know that they don't get no play in my house.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like, I think this world right now, we need to stick to like stuff like that when stuff happens. We stick together for a week, and then they give us another story. They be trying to distract us from what's really going on, and we be so into it. Like Julio. I like it now. How he got killed was messed up, but how he was written was messed up too.
Mm-hmm.
You can't sit up there and be a gangster, and when you get killed, oh, he was like this because of this. He was like that because you wanted to be. When I was in the street, when I got stabbed, I couldn't go to nobody crying. I was stabbed at people. I just got stabbed this time.
Mm-hmm.
People need to wake up, especially us. We need to wake up. I got kids. I realized I can't walk around cussing everybody out. They might see my son walking down. I had a man stalking me for the last 2 months. My cousin just ended 2 days ago. He gonna kill my kids. I can see the detective. He gonna kill my kids. He really want my son, but he gonna really take it out on me and fuck my daughter. And I'm sitting up there like, you are sad. So I believe in the Most High, boy. I ain't worrying about you. But when my cousin called him a male, he hung up in his face. Like it's just so crazy. Like all this stuff going on. It's really trying to teach us something. You can either be mad, sad, whatever you want to be, but think about what you're supposed to be getting from this.
Right.
It's just so crazy to me. Like people, I don't like people. I think they're weird. I'm weird, but I'm good weird. They're weird with like, we love Julio. That nigga was killing people too. He's just, and I don't like CW, that's what I'm gonna call them. Cause you sit up on these women's face and you kiss their ass, but you get on this internet and you dog them out. You talk about something, they rap about their sons. You talk about their sons just as much as a rapper can. And I wish you would talk about my guy. I'm gonna meet up with you, and you gonna need that taser. And nigga, you ain't about to do nothing. It's just the way. I think it's people, like you say, mental illness. I have mental illness, but that's from trauma for being a kid. I ain't trying to kill nobody. I don't want to kill nobody. It's things I got to deal with myself. And I'm good now, because I got a psychiatrist there. Been with him for 12 years. People think that's a bad thing. It's not. You got to do what you got to do to keep your mind sane. But at the same time, how do a teacher feel like going to school around kids that their mama, when they do something bad, they ready to come up there and beat you up instead of correcting their kids?
Right, I agree. Miss Kitty, Miss Kitty, I got other people calling in. Let me let them call in before I get off in a few minutes, okay? Thank you, love. All right, love you. Thanks for calling in.
Okay.
All right. Those that was calling in, whoever that was, you could call back. The number is 901-667 0119. I wanted to show y'all this. This is something that I came across, and this right here, and I'm glad I came across this.
Entered court in a red gel uniform.
Now I know that this is an older video. Okay, this is an older video, but I want y'all to pay attention to his gestures and stuff.
Before taking a seat behind his defense attorney, followed by a handshake, as he's hoping he'll get a fair shake at freedom with jurors from outside Shelby County.
That's what we felt was necessary in this case to ensure Mr. Johnson's right to a fair trial.
It was 1 week ago when defense attorney Luke Evans stood before Judge Jennifer Johnson Mitchell, requesting to keep the trial in Shelby County, but to bring in an outside jury. Friday, Judge Mitchell announced the court's ruling.
This court will grant the change of venue. This matter will be heard in Shelby County, but this court will select a jury from another Tennessee county to hear this matter.
A small victory for the defense in what they know is a case that has garnered a lot of attention as John.
Look, even as you look at Straight Drop's attorney, it looks like he ain't been getting no damn sleep even since then. That's probably why he don't do a whole lot of talking and stuff anymore. Luke Evans, his job is to try to make as much money as he can make, and that's what he has done. They paid him very well, okay, and to keep Straight Drop from pleading out, because Ganguly was about to get him to plead out. Okay, hold on.
What they know is a case that has garnered a lot of attention as Johnson is charged with the murder of rapper Young Dolph in 2021.
And when we're talking about certain jurors that could potentially qualify to be on the jury, we need to know if they've heard about it. And if we find that information out, then the court myself and the state will be asking them questions to investigate what they've heard.
The judge's ruling did not come as a complete surprise for the state.
This isn't even a roadblock or anything like this. It just means for a couple days we'll go somewhere and get a group of citizens and bring them back here and ask them to do the right thing.
Friday's hearing ended much like it started, with Johnson again being escorted.
Yeah, he does. His energy has changed again. They took the most love from Memphis, dog. Yeah, they did. I bet you Straight Drop sitting in that courtroom. Straight Drop don't even. I don't think he even knows why he did what he did. Well, yes, he do. He did it with the hopes of fame, but still, it's still is equivalent. Hello? Did somebody just call? Hold on. Yeah, hold on. Because who this is keep calling. Hey, did you just call Real Talk with Tamara?
No, stop lying. Chill out.
Huh?
Chill out. You want this cash.
Who is this?
Mr. Tamara.
Who?
Mr. Tamara.
Why are you trying to disguise your voice? You know I didn't know who you was.
Before I ask my question, you don't have no more cherries.
I sure don't. You tried to disguise your voice. I didn't recognize your voice. So what's up?
Why y'all need the National Guard?
Why do we need the National Guard?
Right. Why do y'all need any?
You must be at work.
No, I'm at home. And I work from home, so it's the same thing.
Well, the National Guard is needed to restore order. You don't think so?
I think that Memphis has a high crime city. I don't think there's chaos and anarchy in the streets that y'all need the National Guard.
Mm-hmm.
I think y'all need more and better police.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think everything else you said was spot on. You need y'all's government to care more on local, city, and state level. Y'all need better policing. Y'all need the community to police themselves, but y'all don't want or need the National Guard in y'all city. It's criminals. It's not armed militia running rampant through the streets. You know what I'm saying? It's not a day.
Well, I mean, you have to turn up. You have to turn up the heat when people are not afraid of what you have. It's not a deterrence at all.
Okay, I'll take your word for it on that aspect. I don't live there. I just think when you start talking about having armed military in your streets,
Mm-hmm.
The message is going to get it's going to get crowded.
Mm-hmm. I see what you're saying, though. It'll be some innocent people that's affected, you think,
Well, yeah, it's going to be innocent people that are affected. It's going to, and eventually, the military would leave the city.
Mm-hmm.
So when they leave the city, what's going to happen then? Like it's a bigger issue than just coming through the gun thing. It has to be where, because the current Memphis population that's 18 to 27, 28, it might be too late for them. Lock their asses up, throw away the key.
Mm-hmm.
Focus on those who are preteens and teenagers. Get them back on the right track.
Mm-hmm.
But I think bringing in the Army, the Marines, the National Guard, and having them on the streets, they're not gonna stay there forever. Ain't enough money. It ain't enough money for the government to make for them to stay there forever. They'll be there for 2-3 weeks, a month, 2 months at the most. And then they're gonna pack up and leave, and your city gonna go back to where it was.
Well, I agree. That's true.
So I don't know. I think it behooves certain people of society that want to stay how it is.
Mm-hmm.
When you talk about research, how much are they paying y'all's chief of police? How much do they pay the state attorneys? What are their salaries? Are their salaries above average because of the high crime rate? Are they being paid well to do their jobs? Like, all of these things are questions that need to be asked too.
Right.
Because there's always somebody making money off of something, especially crime.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't necessarily the dope boy. It's like the dope boy might feel like he did good making $2,000 on a Friday night, but somebody making $200,000 off of his work, off of his sweat equity.
Right.
So who's making the money? That would be the first thing I would want to know if I was a resident of Memphis.
Mm-hmm.
Who's making this money? Who's profiting off of my community's pain? Because somebody is.
Somebody definitely is. And it's like that. It has always been like that in every city. Somebody is always profiting off of the pain of the poor people.
They didn't give a damn about drugs or crack or anything else like that until the opioid epidemic, and they saw it was hitting Idaho, Minnesota, South Dakota, where it ain't no black people. So now it's white people dying off of these drugs, so now we got a drug problem. Before it was just niggas being niggas. There's always somebody making some money behind some type of crime other than the criminals. So for those folks, it pays for the criminals to stay in business.
Yeah. Well, that's true.
Is Memphis a democratic city? Or
it's a democratic city.
That's another problem. Because our people always vote Democrat regardless. Especially our elders. They don't believe in voting Republicans or nothing.
No, they don't. They don't care if the Democrat ain't right. They're gonna vote simply because it's a Democrat.
It could be a little boy from the same neighborhood as that elder grew up in that same neighborhood and running for mayor as a Republican. They won't vote for him.
That's true.
I don't know what the solution is when it comes to Memphis. I just don't think that y'all really want to see tanks and white boys with F-16s walking down y'all street.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that's the solution.
Mm-hmm. I hear you.
But why you ain't eating no cherries though?
I'm out. I'm out.
Well, I mean, it was a fight. I couldn't see it, but it was a fight.
Oh Lord.
I'm just saying.
Whatever.
So, what was the other thing you said? Because I don't know nothing about no pedophile. I don't know no pedophile. I don't want to talk about that shit.
Well, that was it basically. I'm getting ready to sum it, ring it in now though.
Man, it's not even midnight.
But that's how it is though. So call back tomorrow.
I'm tired of calling this number. Can I call another number?
This number is new.
No, you know what I'm asking. Nothing. You trying to act like you don't know what I'm asking. So that's fine.
Anyways, thank you.
Somebody give me their number. Somebody give me their number.
Oh, so you asking for my? So what you're doing is you're asking for my personal phone number. Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, we thought I was asking for it.
And you wanted me to give you my personal phone number on live?
No, I want you to open an email for once. That's what I would like for you to do. I mean, you're a businesswoman. You got 7 streams of income, but you don't take no damn email. I don't understand.
Well, I'm gonna check my email tonight. When I get off, I'm gonna check.
I ain't gonna hold my breath waiting on you to check my damn email. All right, get you some rest. I'll talk to you.
Okay, bye. ZK waiting on you to come back. ZK waiting on you to come back into the chat. She said, "Who is that?" Oh my goodness. Anyways, you guys. Yeah, I think as time gets closer, I think we all have some anxiety as it relates to the young Dolph trial. You know, for one thing, I think it's just the beginning anyways. You know, it's so much to know because there's so much that we don't know. Right. Those pieces of the puzzle that we were not privy to, that we could not get people to tell us, that knew hey, everything comes out, you know. So on one hand, I mean, I'm happy for Young Dolph's family, but I also, you know, I have to pray for his family also, because they're going to have to sit in that courtroom and look at his last moments. You know, they're gonna have to see all that, you know. All of that stuff is on camera, the life going out of his body, and they still have not even, you know, I'm sure there's no closure. There really won't ever be any closure, right? Because nobody really understands why it happened. And when you start listening to why it happened, there's still no understanding of why it happened. It didn't have to happen, right? It didn't have to happen. A few people got together and decided that they would play God, you know. And that's unfortunately what they did. But what they did was they destroyed lives as well as their very own lives, right? And it's so sad. They really divided a city, and I think that's what bothers me so much. When you divide a city and then you don't have to live in the city and feel the repercussions of what happens because of your irresponsibility as it relates to, okay, well, I made some money, in which the city have to put you on, and then now I'm gonna take my money to pay a bunch of dudes to destroy the city. Because when you start paying for hits, that's what you're doing. That's a disloyalty to the city, because before anybody is ever made big, their city helps to put them on, right? Hold on. Hey, this is Tamara.
Good evening, Miss Tamara. How you doing?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
I better not complain. I'll run you off of here if I start that.
Who am I speaking with?
It's Junior.
Hey, Junior.
Hello. These boys is writing angry poems. You know what I'm talking about? And you know, exchanging the worst form of madness or evil. You know that?
Yeah, you talking about the poems are they're putting in rap, right?
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm so taken back by it. Which, you know, the Tupac era, the LL Cool J era, all that was, you know, it kind of wasn't, you know, happy hip hop, but it was serious business. But it really wasn't just, you know, I'm a spin, I'm a dump that at you type of thing, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So it's crazy, but I caught you. I was listening in at one point, and you couldn't pronounce this one word, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think you was trying to pronounce the Mojave Desert, right?
What was it?
The Mojave Desert.
I was trying to pronounce that word.
Well, it's not spelled like it sounds.
But I don't remember ever trying to pronounce the Mojave Desert.
Yeah, I think you was talking about something, but anyway, you might remember. It might have been about maybe about 10, 15 lives ago, something like that.
Okay.
Hey, don't be surprised now. You got folks listening in.
Yeah, I know. It'd be a lot of people. It'd be folks on here that I probably would never believe listening.
For sure. Well, I don't want to hold you up too long, but I need a moment. What I'm saying is, you know, cats have to get away from home. I'm from down south, but, you know, I'm out here out west, and, you know, it's plenty of opportunity out here. I'm interested in, you know, if I can say so, I'm interested in inventions, trying to invent some things and push towards, you know, Nobel Peace Prize, humanitarian type of thing. So, I mean, it ain't always about who's the most gangster, who's gangstified. You know what I mean? Like, everybody thinks gangster when they think of the Italians. But the Italians was snitching on a black man, Frank Matthews.
Right.
You familiar with him?
Yeah, to delete their competition.
Exactly. Boy moved equivalent to what, 90 million out of this country.
Mm-hmm.
So, but you know, it's no big specials or no big movie on him, and he was successful at this carnage that was presented to us. I don't want to get too ignorant, but can I tell you about this one instance I had when I was young, right?
Okay. Make sure it's quick, because you know I'm getting ready to get out.
That's what I hate too. I'm ass in right now, but you know, I'm talking like, I think I might have been like 12, 11 and a half, and you know, I was out there in it, you know, completely head first. My hero, you know, he left. My dad, you know, I seen my dad smoking crack. He's my hero. So I was like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like that was, I never would have thought he had kryptonite of any sort. But anyway, so I'm walking home late one night, and and I mean, this is all fact. You know, I got jumped up at school with, you know, with some of that mess. So
What in the world happened? Listen, who was that? I'm on that Google number, so I don't know, but call back tomorrow, okay? Call back tomorrow. Anyways, you guys, I really appreciate you all tuning in. As always, I always enjoy being on here with y'all. Uh, I always enjoy being on here with you guys. The phone hung up. The whole phone done cut off. I always enjoy being on here with you guys. She says they was wrong, and I agree to you. I always enjoy being on here with you guys. As always, of course, I appreciate everyone tuning in. And I think I'm kind of wired up because when I got home, I made me a little something to eat. And then, like, I was sitting up on the couch because I've been out since early. And I do mean early this morning. And I was just sitting up on the couch and and I fell asleep. I took a nap. So um I hate when I do that when I'm tired like that. I take a nap because I'll be wired up tonight. Like I ain't even sleepy. I mess my sleep up when I take those little cat naps. So, but I was up so early this morning and out. I was up and out at 5 o'clock this morning. So that means I was up at 4. That means that I've completely messed my sleep up and I probably won't even be able to go back to sleep until over in the early wee hours of the morning. So, what's up, Magname Ace? What is up? Up into the early wee hours of the morning. We was just talking about some stuff that had happened around Memphis and DeSoto County and in West Memphis, Arkansas, the teacher. And we kind of started talking about the Young Dolph's trial. And I had forgotten about that situation that had happened with Big 30. I thought about that as I was in here. I saw Big 30 and Stan G arguing. Maybe I can get Stan. Where's Stan G? Stan G be in the bushes. Is Stan G in here? I like to talk to Stan G about why him and Big 30 stay into it all the time. Wait a minute. Wait a minute, y'all. I'm getting ready to play it. Because Big 30, damn, my phone. Let me see my other phone. Let me put it on the charger. I was so tickled. I got so tickled. I got so tickled. I'm gonna just have to play it from my phone because I don't want Stan G to play his video because he might strike it. Big 30 did start with Big 30 got on his live. I don't know what Stan G did to him. Maybe Stan G did something to him, y'all. I don't know. But I did see Big 30 get on his live and say something first, y'all. So I'm surprised that Big 30 would even be addressing a vlogger. That's kind of weird within itself. Let's see, Memphis Stan G. Yeah, Stan G so funny to me, it's ridiculous. I get so tickled. He's so funny to me, it's ridiculous. I'm serious. Listen. Look, listen, y'all.
I'm gonna let y'all see it, Paul. It's a real old head. I'm talking about real milk head nigga from Memphis. Don't do nothing. Hate on young niggas.
That's Big 30.
What? Make shit up. Twist bars and shit up. Make shit sound like police error shit. Ain't real calm. Like, I got caught hand nigga hand no, I'm like, calm man nigga, man. I want a platform so bad. I don't believe these sucker ass niggas, bro. I do not believe these sucker ass niggas.
Okay. Now, I don't know what happened, but I'm surprised Big 30 went live. It must have bothered him. I'm surprised he would even go live to even address a vlogger, right? But Stan G, evidently he knows something because he told Big 30 you did something, and so now you need to stand on it. So Stan G must know something Big 30 did, but Big 30 and Stan G been going at it back and forth at it. So he called Stan G a cone. He told him he was on crystal meth, and Stan G told Big 30 that he was popping pills and he had lost his mind. So I don't know what to think. Oh God. Anyway, y'all, I don't know how that's gonna end, but I hope it don't end bad. Anyways, I'm gonna get off of here, y'all, because I need to. I took a cat now, but I really just need to lay down and relax because I ain't gonna be able to go back to sleep. But I enjoyed being on here with you guys today. Make sure you guys please like, share, and subscribe. Okay, I love you guys. Have a good night.